feel you. I'm listening to you every day, girl. You're shining like a diamond, playing break and scrape and jumping new. I'm rooting for this cutie, sexy female DJ. She's so fine, I love listening to. The natural impression. So good to be here with you. And brush my jack, natural like that. I'm happy that I'm with you. And
Acho? Oh shit.
here we go
See,
again.
I on live now. I know you forgot.
Sweet music. I respect
Just waiting for Veronica, but see.
while you're vibing. Streaming live is how you be. This cutie, she's not moody.
Beauty, yay!
Consistency, that's the way. So help me say, embrace all the way. So good to be here with you. Embrace my job, natural like that. I'm happy that I'm with you. Embrace my job. Yo, that's a fact. I'm always tuning in. Here we go again.
Star 106 hits. Pleasant Thursday. Good afternoon to each and all. Yes, indeed. I'm excited about today's show. Oh man, you know what it is? Free your mind on a Thursday. Thursday simply means that we tap into the local music industry, huh? And we've tried to figure out how to truly make it international. Yeah, that's what it is, you know. All right, so today is no exception. And before I tell you who today's special guests, let me say it with an S. Let me take off my mask so you can understand what I'm saying. Guests with an S. All right. Is before I do that, I'm going to tell you today's show is being brought to you courtesy of Pinder Tile. I want to say thank you to Muffler World, Boost Academy, Fine Threads. I want to say thank you to Lactogen, distributed by Lightborns Trading. One time for Boost Academy. I said that right. Then, of course, there is Sunrise Cafe number 2, and they're located on Fire Trail Road in the Epic Battery Plaza. Yes, indeed. Get it, whatever it is. You know the deli favorites. They got you covered. 341-4302 is the number to call. Place your orders. Of course, they started opening on Saturdays, but you all know the drill, right? So not this Saturday, unfortunately. So maybe tomorrow's dinner, lunch, you know what to do. Head on into Sunrise Cafe number 2, right there in the Epic Battery Plaza, Fire Trail Road. Want to say good afternoon to each and all locked and loaded, channel 976 on cable. Of course, those that are streaming with us, Star 106 on Facebook, Natural Empress on Facebook, and I think I'll also go live on Instagram, The Natural Empress on Instagram as well. All right. So, with that said, I want to introduce today's special guest, and it's always a whole lot of fun. It's always more fire. It's always a delightful time when I have the sweet one with me. Sweet Emily is with me. Woo! Let me make sure. And of course, hold on. And of course, we get double trouble today. When I say double trouble, in a good way, because I've got Veronica Bishop joining us as well. All right. Now, if you didn't know, well, last Thursday, I had the privilege of talking to Wendy and Bodine after the verses. Well, it ain't really verses. They call it what? For the culture. BTC, big up BTC for that. Of course, for the culture. And last week was the kickoff, and it was just absolutely phenomenal. Now, it can only get better as we go along because guess what? Guess what? We're talking about the legends. We're talking about catalog. We're talking about the experience. We're talking about the trendsetters, those that have paved the way. And with that said, I've got none other than Veronica Bishop and Sweet Emily in studio with me today. Like this, I don't know if I'm supposed to bow or curtsy. I don't know what I'm supposed to do, but it's Veronica. What's happening, girlfriend? Hi. Oh, we just making sure that y'all look what she doing. Yeah, you can get your headphones right now. But of course, we're looking forward to October the 14th once all goes well. We're talking about this is history in the making. These two giants of performers and entertainers that have done the Bahamas so proud. I'm looking at the live feed already, and everybody's already excited about what's to take place come October the 14th. Who said that's my mommy loves some Veronica? Yes, boy, listen to me. Let us say good afternoon to these beautiful ladies. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. How you doing?
I am wonderful. How are you? My hair grow, Veronica. I cut my hair and it come back again. Huh?
My husband keep my hair so short.
Your husband keep your hair. Hold on now. Turn. You know what? I can need. You know what? Beats. I can need you to bring them in because I see Veronica into talking into no mic. She wants to see me. It's her home girl from Freeport. You're gonna have to just socially distance us in here. You got it? You got us good? Okay, so yeah, Veronica, what you mean he's keep your hair short? Explain to me what powers he have over your head. I want to know.
He's a barber.
Oh, so he's use his doll baby.
Yes.
Oh, okay. But you're looking good, man. I haven't seen you in a long time.
What's going on?
You talk nothing but COVID, child, but we can make it. How have you been adjusting to it?
Man, let me tell you, it's like a too long vacation.
Vacation, you say?
Yeah, it's too long, just like a staycation for me.
Man, say it ain't so. But musically, have you been able to still be creative?
Not really.
It kill your whole creative juice.
Hmm.
What about you, sweets?
No, man, I good. I actually did some. I released a lot of songs this year during COVID. This was actually my creative juices was flowing. Just writing, and whenever I got the opportunity, I'd go in the studio and record. So I mean, apart from being able to have your freedom, ain't no use complaining because ain't nobody listening.
That's real talk. All us feeling it. All of us.
For life.
So let me ask you both a question. So when the idea came about for BTCs for the culture, I want you to be totally honest and candid. What was the first thing that came to your mind? What was your first reaction? Man, I weak.
Listen, I need money.
That's the first thing cross your mind, Veronica. So you said, give me. I can need that little thing. Anything can happen.
The big thing going down and down and down.
And you, sweets?
Well, I mean, the money was eventually probably the second or third thing on my mind. But of course, I think they had called me before they called Veronica. They was looking for me. They were just trying to find her.
I've been trying to find you too, Veronica.
She don't answer the phone and she's doing what? Listen to Darl Miller. If that rings, she probably didn't even know.
Man, that phone on silent.
So for me, I was just like, they were like, okay, we are trying to find somebody to match you with. And they said they had in mind Veronica. So they asked me how I felt about it. I said, yeah, Veronica be a good match. I said, because of the fact that we're from the same era. I mean, yeah, no. Well, that's true too. And then a lot of the females who would have been around in our time, like Therese is gone.
Right.
God rest her soul. Nita isn't really doing much stuff. Like, she's not much in the forefront now. And I guess BTC really, they were the ones who really chose who they would want to have, because there were some persons who was like, oh, I don't know if Veronica has as much songs as you. Why they matching Veronica with you? Or, she has a few hits, but, different people have their different feelings about things. But a lot of people like Veronica and a lot of people like her music. And so I think personality wise, I think we can knock it off.
I think so too.
My thing is, I don't like singing straight to them, so like six to them. No, she old school. Yeah, she's got to mix that up.
So what can we look forward from you, Veronica? You can give us some ballads. You can do you.
I can do me like how I always do me.
That's a mixture everything.
Everything.
Wow.
It's so straight up. You can do gospel. Did they ask you to do? Because I'm not sure. Did they ask you to do that inspirational song at the end? No, I'm just saying because I know you had a in your repertoire. You supposed to do, but they'd ask you about it. Remember, they were saying that because of COVID, they wanted us to. It would have been okay for us to do throw something inspirational. I will. They did ask me to do something at the end. I think at the very end, but I wasn't sure if they'd ask her to do an inspirational song. They told me. No, I'm supposed to be doing it because I don't even know if you know the song what I'm singing.
Man, whole lot.
But as far as I know, they asked me to sing an inspirational song at the end, so I'm supposed to be doing that. Okay, so I'll probably do that after.
Well, don't forget you hear that they tell all line here is that's a hit.
That's the one.
That's the one people going to be tuning in. You both are giants in your own right. In terms of stage performance, and of course, people being excited. You both bring that energy. So even at the end of the day, if Veronica sings a cover song, just her delivery alone is going to keep people excited and engaged. You know what I mean? It's going to be a little different, I think. How do you feel about not having a live audience as such? It's not a stage show as such. How do you think that's going to affect your performance?
Well, they initially would have had a live audience. It's a small audience they normally have there, which would have been the chair song. We could invite a few people.
Okay.
And because of the restrictions now, that's probably scrapped. But it doesn't matter to me. I mean, I can sing.
You use a giant. You could do it.
If I sing it for one person or I sing it for a million persons, I still push out the same energy, same effort.
All right, so we looking forward to it. I mean, shouts out to BTC for this wonderful idea. I mean, at the end of the day, what do you think if they had done maybe possibly, old school versus new school? Do you think that could have worked?
There were persons who would mention that because there were some people who were like, okay, nothing wrong if they would have mixed a you or Veronica with like a lady or
Okay.
Some of the newer females. Um, I don't think they would have matched us female and male, but it really didn't matter because at the end of the day, I think BTC is really doing it as a promotion, as entertainment for people while people at home. I think the whole versus concept was really birthed out of the fact that a lot of persons all around the world, entertainers were really locked in, and so they wanted people to be able to have some type of entertainment. I think I missed the Buju and the Bounty Killer. I didn't see that.
No, that was Beanie and Bounty.
It was Beanie and Bounty. Please don't not me. But I saw Gladys Knight and
and and
I didn't know it was a good match.
You didn't?
It was good. I thought they should have put like Shaka Khan with a party and then another screamer with party.
Okay.
The Gladys could have been like Anita Baker, Regina Bell, somebody more mellow, but it was okay.
But you like the concept.
Definitely.
You like the concept. Somebody here is saying this is our Gladys Knight and Patty LaBelle, making reference to the two of y'all. Now I want to know which one is Patty and which one is Gladys.
But I don't scream I sing now, but I don't think none of us are really in Patty's
league
style. No, I don't think so. I think Veronica's. I've heard her sing. She does a lot of old school. She's that old school style. More like I would more like say Gladys Knight. Otis Redding, that's not style. I can do that as well. I'm not a screamer because I don't sing high soprano. Patty LaBelle didn't even have a words together. That's what I just said. There was a little hot mess in between too because I was watching and But Patty LaBelle was yeah, but considering their age,
right,
up in their 70s, close to
easily
into 80s. So when you look at the age and the fact that they're still able to go on the stage, I applaud them.
Well, listen, somebody says, Veronica, they putting in their request already. Veronica tell all, and Emily, will you still love me? Man, I weak.
No, you can't. But you can't come to no will you still love me against no tell all.
What you said, I can't stand.
Oh, because somebody called me and asked me say so.
What song going up against Hello?
So I say, well, look what you do. No, I know. No, we know that. But no, but the concept of the
Versus.
what we're doing is the whole concept is really hit for hit. So the concept of the whole thing is when you do a song that people know, I come up with something, you do something. So I think the whole concept is really songs that people are familiar with. And so if you do tell, oh, look what you do is my biggest hit.
You think so? Is it? Boy, listen to me. I guess it's a matter of just favorites.
If not, if it wouldn't have been that, it would have been some days. Some days a bigger hit than really celebrity.
All right, well, you know what? Let the people decide. We're going to take a quick break right here. Free your mind. It is a day of the classic. Sweet Emily, Veronica Bishop. I love it. I love it. Nostalgia at its very best right here on Free Your Mind. We are Star 106 Hits. Hmm? You want to bring them in? Oh, yeah.
Long time, we know I know next time. Do you think about that? Long time, we know I know next time. Do you think about that? This is my heart to rock you, daddy. I'll give you love anytime you're ready. It's a heart and beat. Just gonna let me be. I want to rock with you. Won't you rock with me? Oh, long time. We know I know next time. Do you think about that? Long time. We know.
Star 106 hits, Sweet Emily, long time. It's 18 minutes after the hour, 4 o'clock. Of course, we're going to take a quick break. Check out what's happening on the streets of Nassau. We got your traffic report, followed by these two giants in studio with me. So I want you to definitely stay tuned. This is Free Your Mind, Star 106 hits. There's a whole Lady, what you saying?
Radio, man, radio.
You know, I thought you was in Freeport all this time. I don't know why.
Yes, yeah.
That's what I say. Veronica in Freeport.
Let me tell you something. When you getting old, guess what? I said, let me stop by my girlfriend, get my mail. Let me come right on top of here.
And time just passed.
And drive straight past here. God, that's it.
Island
Love, where we supposed to do the show.
My whole Lord, man.
Yeah. I said, boy, you know.
Oh, wow.
And I sit down there all the time, right?
In the parking lot?
No. Inside.
Jesus
I
Christ.
come for after 10 minutes to say. That time I think to myself, that's why I don't like big.
Man.
Man, who you come to see?
Do you say Empress?
I said, Empress.
Man, this could be long.
Empress, no one can. I said,
Oh, my belly.
when I come came up with that. Let me just write on my.
Yeah, you was right on time, man.
Because I heard the news.
That is hilarious. Veronica Tellola and Emily, will you still love me?
My girlfriend just told me, said, boy, I started Priscilla. Why my team can't get fixed?
Time to shake
What's
off
that?
those Corona blues with a new ride from Monica Motors. Take advantage of our payment plan guarantee. Our payment plans are the cheapest in town, and we're so sure that you
you want to put it on my phone?
Bring it
What's
in,
that?
and we'll beat it
Oh.
10%. As always, our plans include comprehensive insurance, warranty,
They have to
and
have
a
a
full
stand
pay
number.
gas. Buy with
What you need, a star?
20 years of experience. Our cars
See if
are
I have
the
mine.
highest quality around. Come by and browse at comfort.
I trying to remember what the last show was, or but Veronica,
I don't know. I just be right home. If I want something, I go to the corner, buy it, and get right back home like that.
man, let me show you how bad it is. Like I tell you, I asked Emily if you live in Freeport. Yeah.
Combination of probiotic alpha-fortis and DHA
Hey,
to
darling.
support a healthy digestive system, reduce constipation, and support his overall growth and mental development.
Yeah, you got
Nestle
to. You gotta.
Lactogen-free Junior growing up milk today.
And you could tilt it if you want further back or
Breast milk
whatever.
substitute. It is recommended from 12 months onward.
You drive with Castrol now, save too. With Castrol CRV Diesel.
Yeah, we can fix you up right now.
With Castrol CRV Diesel. When you buy a 5-gallon pail of CRV Turbo Max 15W40.
Oh Lord, see Obi, he must see smell this way. Oh my God. Yeah, no, I fixing them up now. I fixing them up. Veronica says she needs your number. I can send it. I can give it to her right now. Okay. Man, Veronica is killing here.
And fresh chicken every day. Breaded and
Hey everybody.
perfection.
What's up?
KFC's chicken
You wanna see? Come look.
and crispy every
So
time. Pick up
these people and their comments, all as we talk. That's okay. I can read them.
today. Buckets.
I read them.
KFC Nassau.
Hey Ricky.
Star 106.5, the best mix of today's hits and old school favorites.
Huh? All the flowers. Veronica.
I heard this the other day and I was like, who is this? Why you
Patrol?
I telling you because I asked my daughter. I said, who's saying something? But she said, Mommy, I don't know what she said. You don't she's on the old she's on the old song. I said, no, but I heard the opinion and that. And I couldn't figure out
You got to be kidding.
Veronica songs. So I said, I got
Exactly.
sing this song. That the song so who produced that for you, right?
I did this in Freeport.
See, you can tell the free part. Hello. Give it to us.
I was someplace
Give it to us. Give it to us. Us
You're the
Freeport
place.
people.
There's been like, oh, this sounds good.
All the flowers gone. Gonna find them everyone.
When will they ever learn?
I know my way.
When
No,
will
I just
they
didn't know you. I just didn't know the song. I was like, I didn't want it. I didn't really listen out for the boys, but I was like, I heard it and I was like, this sounds good. And then I was talking to my daughter and I said, boy, someone was singing this song on the plaza today.
Here you go.
Yeah.
Star 106 hits all the flowers, the one and only Veronica Bishop. And I feel so privileged to have both of these ladies, these giants, these musical giants, these trailblazers in the business, all in one room. This is too much star power for me, man. Like real
Use
talk.
a style yourself.
Man, well, that's what
Nikki
I say.
Saddles
Star,
and this,
huh?
they tell you hello.
Who's that?
Nikki from One World Song.
Man, stop it, man. Listen to me. Listen, this is actually, no, seriously, this is an honor to have both of you in studio at the same time,
Well, thank
getting
you.
ready for what is going to be history in the making. I don't think in our industry we've ever seen, camaraderie like this at its very best. And I had to say that to Bodine and Wendy, especially, the younger generation, how that could be. And to see how well both ladies carried themselves last week was just phenomenal. So, of course, with stalwarts like yourself, we don't expect anything less. I think this is even more star power. We're talking catalog, we're talking experience. Everybody's saying here, these are legends. Somebody's asking Veronica, they want to know the story behind Tell Old Line here. A song that's, it's like when you talk about a classic, the song that will never die.
That's the one put me on the map.
That's the one that put you on the map. Okay, who produced it?
Um, oh Jesus!
You
I
remember
think-
me? That little while. That boy down there. Yeah, I feel you, Veronica. I feel you.
Oh,
You know who he is.
yeah, you know who he is.
Yes.
Yeah, but I did some background for someone in Freeport at one point, and he had a studio also.
Okay.
Oh, Ira, before I forget.
Okay.
And he had a studio, and I did some backgrounds for him, and all of a sudden he gave me this song. He said, "I want you to do the
He
song."
wrote it too? That's an old song, right?
That's an old song.
Okay.
Sometimes you bring old song back,
Right,
and
of
you
course.
just change up some of the lyrics,
Of course.
And so he gave it to me. But I say, you know what? Let me carry this and give it. Oh, Jesus.
Look how you can break up in the studio. He's excited to see the legends. You gotta,
So much going on the other day.
yeah.
Y'all put some light back on me. You can't see.
But go ahead.
Yeah.
Tell the story.
So he gave me the song. So I said, I was living in Nassau at the time. Now I was coming to Nassau. And I said, you know what? Let me carry this to Ira.
Pick a fire up.
So I say, let me carry it to Ira. And Ira did a good job with it.
Very good
I
job.
mean, to know that that's an
Excellent.
old country and
But
western
that she
song,
did. That's the
you
best
know,
version I've heard.
Most of our songs, who don't even write their lyrics,
Right.
most of it comes from country and western.
exactly.
Yeah,
Just
country.
like Smokey. Smokey did a lot of
Yes,
country
yes.
stuff.
Someday is also country song.
Yeah, I know that.
hmm
hmm
Who's the original singer then?
I can't tell you. I
That's
don't
all right.
remember.
You did
Dolly-
It's a very
Dolly-
That
old
was a
song.
Dolly Parton?
hmm
Stop that. Okay.
Yeah.
Before Dolly, it was Dolly
Yeah.
original.
Hello, Dolly.
Okay,
All right.
see, I didn't even know
All
that.
right,
I
so
think
then
it's Dolly Parton.
you basically made the song your own. So whoever the producer was, the fact that he made such magic, a
Mhm.
song that'll always be in Bahamian history when it comes, it'll always be in the books. Did you ever think of reconnecting with this person as a producer?
I told you it's Ira Stone.
Oh, it's Ira who produced it. Okay,
Yeah.
all right. So when you going back in studio again? Because that's what everybody
Well,
wants.
did you hear my last song? Yeah, I think I'm played.
I've heard it because when you were recording, when you were doing that, I was doing. That's what
What
I
you
did
was
that.
doing at the
Right,
time.
I did that gospel wake and scrape.
Okay.
Right.
Not an easy
right.
word. And I let me hear it. And I was like, he said it's Veronica. And I was like, oh, that's nice. It's a nice love song.
Is there
Old
is there
song.
a hope of maybe a collaboration
Well, listen, that'll
after
be
this
that'll
this
be fun.
funny
that'll be
culture?
epic. That'll be
Yeah.
fun.
No, like seriously,
Definitely.
y'all that didn't
We
cross
didn't-
your
I
mind yet?
mean,
It's
I've
not
been
in the
thinking of
making?
She was out the business when I
I was
came.
thinking with so many people, but I mean, yeah, when I left and took my sabbatical
Yeah,
and
she.
gone into
Let me tell you
ministry,
this joke.
she
Give me- oh,
she
I was
became
the story
famous
coming.
after that.
Listen
sorry.
to me. So I
Here we
just
go.
come from the States, right? Didn't know. I think I had to meet you one time in.
In Freeport.
No,
You
I
was
had to meet you. Hold
Drum
on,
Beat.
I can tell you the story about Freeport.
Mm-hmm.
I had to meet you one time to drum beat.
Mm-hmm. That's when I first met you.
Yes, and when I was listening to these songs, that's when I think you all made up the first album.
Mm-hmm. Sweet Emily.
So I hear this girl will sound like me. I say, wait a minute,
Man,
Mm-hmm.
somebody in Nassau sounding like me. I need to go back home.
Wow.
So I pack all my bags and head
all
straight
your
to
Georgie
Freeport.
bungles.
So
Back
hold
to
on. So
Freeport.
you came because of me?
No,
Okay.
I
just
see
checking.
here.
Listen to the
Nita
story.
singing. When I leave from here, Nita wasn't singing.
Oh no, Nita came after me. Yeah, Nita. Yeah. Oh.
I mean, the album, the first album you all made, I said, Nita singing, Terrea singing.
Mm-hmm.
There's something going on in the Bahamas. Eh?
Mm-hmm.
I said, let me go back home. I tired cleaning. You know what I was doing? I was doing home health care aid.
Okay. We learned something new.
Yeah, so that's cleaning
Mhm.
the older people. I said, I ain't clean no more.
I know what you really want to say.
Mhm.
Okay, I got you.
So I came home. I went to Freeport. I say, since all it needed them in Nassau, let me go control Freeport.
That's what I'm talking about. Roll
So
Freeport.
I controlled Freeport. Then she came down.
Mm-hmm.
She came down. She didn't know. I didn't know. Come back home. You better come back. When me
Yeah.
and Priscilla was sitting to the back.
Priscilla
Yeah.
Wallace.
She missing. Give me the mic.
That's it.
Mm-hmm. We had a
Take
good
over.
time.
She ain't got back that way no more.
Emily, you run scared?
I don't remember, but I mean,
You give me the you
I
give
got the mic.
Priscilla,
Right.
Priscilla the mic.
Mhm.
And Priscilla say no, give it to her.
Right.
But she didn't know I didn't practice that song
Oh,
because I just
Jesus.
love that song.
Yeah.
wow.
You got to play that for me.
I
before go.
will.
That was a nice experience because I hadn't seen her on years, and I was like, no, this
Like
lady
now,
now.
because you ain't seeing her
No, I haven't
either,
seen her in a
right?
while, but I've seen her
You
on
saw the
stage.
last time you saw me down to
Where it was? Where it was?
by one of them hotels.
I don't remember, but I know personally I haven't seen you in a while.
Yeah.
You know, but
And,
it's so
and you
good to see you
obviously
now.
haven't seen her in the stage setting
What
in a
what
long
area
time.
No.
you live in?
I live in the east.
Well, I live in the west, so
Yeah.
Take that.
Yeah. So
Ah,
this
the east
so this
versus
brought
the
us
west.
so
together.
we
I
don't
guess.
don't even buck to food
No.
stores.
Nope.
Not
Yeah.
even the food store.
No.
No.
Mm-mm.
All right. Well, somebody's asking you. I'm trying to make sure I read everybody's comments as best as I can. They want to know what it was like working with Ronnie.
Ronnie Butler?
Mhm.
I mean, working with Ronnie was epic because I was much younger. I was from a different era. And Ronnie Butler was a person who I used to see on this Cable Beach trip because all of us used to, when we started out, I'm like Veronica said, she was started out. The first time I met her was in Drum Beat. So it was back in our day,
Young.
in the 90s and the 80s, it was over the hill clubs.
Okay.
There wasn't much females back then, especially in Nassau, performing because of the fact that it was taboo actually for women to really be on the stage shaking up and singing and doing jungle. It was different. So when I came out, I did my first album and then I did a second album with Fred. And while I was at the studio with Fred hit me up and then he said, Emily, I wrote a song for you. Ronnie says, oh, Ronnie. He said, Ronnie Butler. I said, Ronnie Butler.
The Ronnie
I have
Butler.
never met Ronnie personally.
Wow.
And he said, yeah, man, I get a song for you and Ronnie. Ronnie coming back, because Ronnie hadn't recorded him and like Priscilla them. They was like from 20 years earlier.
Okay.
They wasn't doing much like any recording and stuff. But Ronnie hadn't recorded. And he was on an album for Ronnie and he was on an album for me. So the song Look What You Do is on Ronnie's album and on my album. And I said, sure, man, why would I say no? And after I recorded the song and I released my album, I released Queen of Junkanoo, which was my second album. I released my song before Ronnie released his album because my album was finished before his own.
Okay.
And I released the song Queen of Junkanoo first. And we ran that for about 3 weeks. Listen, Fred and Emily, we can release this song with you, Ronnie. When we released that song, that was the national anthem for like 2 years straight.
Yeah.
I have so many plaques
2
on.
years.
Yeah, I mean, yes, but I mean, that really, you know what really helps her?
Still?
Yeah, I know, but I mean that song for 2 years I was getting plaques from this station, the next station, this.
That was the song.
Everything what was going on in the country. I remember the Golden Girls had one around that time. We went to the sports, and I was pregnant at the time. But working with Ronnie, it was to me. Ronnie was almost like a mentor to me because in this business, there's a lot of competition, there's a lot of jealousy, a lot of envy, a lot of hate, and Ronnie was one of the persons, along with Fred, who I really gel with. Especially when we travel, we were so much alike when it came to. We used to talk about people and sit down the airport and laugh, and we see people come to the airport, just killing time. But my experience with Ronnie was Ronnie helped to take my career from wherever I was to the next level. I can tell you that. Because I was like every entertainer, being late when you go because they ain't gonna put you on early. No, they never put you on early anyway. So there was this
show up late.
No, so there was this mindset. There was always this like a culture in the music business where if you going and you to start a show or you doing a show, the show's supposed to start at 8. Ain't nobody leaving home till like 9:30, 10 o'clock. What? I telling you that was the culture.
Oh no.
And so Ronnie helped to change my mind in a way where he helped to change a lot of that for me because we were traveling one time and I might have been going to Freewater somewhere and normally be there for like 2 hours. Back then it was 2 years. 2 hours. And I got there like, man, I must be like an hour late, going like 5 o'clock, flight 6 o'clock going to Freeport. That first flight you want to get out. Ronnie cussed me like a dog.
Man, stop it.
And I sat on that plane and I cried like a baby. I didn't want him to see me crying, but it bothered me because I will this man think he talking to you think I his child late. But
teach you something.
I learned it teach me discipline, it teach me how to be on time. It taught me to take my gift more seriously.
Of course.
Working with Ronnie took me to the next level. And he was like a father figure to me because my father was passed.
Wow.
And Ronnie, working with Ronnie is an extraordinary person. And what I found fascinating was Ronnie knows a drink. So I used to be like, this man here just bad. But he never really, I never saw Ronnie drink like a Ronnie's a drink Coke. Coke soda.
Really?
Mm-hmm. I think the only problem with Ronnie really, I don't think he really get there. Now even get me saying it, tell you. I think Ronnie was more of a gambler. But Ronnie never, I don't think he was never into drugs. He was never into alcohol. No. But working with him was an experience that I would never forget. And fast forward now that he's gone, we became very good friends. And he wanted to do another song with me. But at the time I was in the church, I wasn't really interested in the secular. Like, I wasn't ready yet. And so I told him, I said, well, I know I can get back to you. And I hit him up and I wasn't feeling as I was like, Ronnie, okay, maybe I'll think about it some more, but I ain't ready for that right now. He said, no problem. I respect you and blah, blah, blah. We never did that second song.
But guess what? The first one is in the history book.
Definitely. So working with Ronnie is, I could talk about that all day,
I feel you. Let me just play this one real quick. We're going to take a quick break after this. This is by request of Miss Bishop. Send him home right here.
It wasn't send him home.
Which one it is?
Come back home.
Come back home.
That's the one she
Well, how much home you send them? How much people you send home and carry home and bring
come
home?
Back, Fred will come back home. We would send them home.
We can take a quick break. We're coming right back. Right here is Free Your Mind with the Giants. You know what it is. Sweet Emily and Veronica Bishop right here. Star 106 hits.
Come back home.
Has all you need.
Yeah, a lot of people like that song too.
Man, that was the first song I learned when I came back from the States.
I can't believe that. Oh, yeah. Veronica could sound good singing that too. That's what. No, but I mean, you sound good singing that too. That's a song you could sing.
Remember the words to that.
Yeah, it has a lot of words because it has like 3 voices and all are different. Because I never hardly ever performed that song, but it's a good song. I did it a couple of times.
Okay.
Our food masters are waiting.
Over 60 years ago, we started as an insurance company to put people first. Today, that mission has never been more.
This is
I like people saying
And are now called CG Atlantic. Though our names have changed, our purpose hasn't. We're still the same people first company we've always been. And we're here for you, stronger than ever. CG Atlantic. Oh yeah. What's up, guys? This is Khalid.
This is Ariana Grande.
We are the Chainsmokers.
Taylor Swift.
Maroon 5.
You're keeping it fresh. With the most hits all day. Darwin 6.5.
Why, honey?
Yeah, sing that. I could hear singing this
Yeah,
song.
I tell you, I can hear me. This is style.
I used to sing it.
Yeah, man, this new song is singing me.
What's up with you?
Because when I just come back home from the States and I heard this, I say, what?
And this was on my second album. This wasn't even on the first album.
But you know, when the first song came on, the one with you and Ronnie Butler,
Yeah.
man, they used to be calling me every little minute. I could just finish singing that song. They
You
say,
serious?
"I
Yeah,
serious
people-
in the hot."
Yeah. Yeah, people like that. That
Just
song.
finish singing that song. Somebody wants to sing that song.
Yeah, that was
Here we go.
that was a big song.
Get me here.
Yeah, the song that I did.
Hold on. Sorry. Star 106 hits. Coming back home. Send them home. All kind. Man,
Bring back.
Huh?
Them good old days.
I'm
Good
telling
old
you.
day, yeah.
I'm telling you. Listen to me. This is definitely history in the making, and the thing is, we want the music business to continue to flourish. We want to see it grow bigger and bigger, as big as it could be. But of course, persons like yourself who have the experience, for all the younglings that are listening, all those who are aspiring, all of those who are in it but just can't seem to navigate separately, what advice do you have for them in terms of how to do it? How to do this? How do you
Like
create
Emily
this
just finished saying, you have to be on time. You can't be going on people's jobs an hour late. If they say be there for 9, let me tell you something. If you go on a show and they say be there 9 o'clock, be there 8:30.
Okay, see that?
8:30.
The latest.
The latest is 8:30. And you gotta be humble. You can't just go and tell people if they ain't pay you today, they gotta pay you tomorrow.
They ain't got to, but you will.
I mean, you'll get your money.
I mean, if you wait, they
You
got
think?
'em.
You think? Well, hold on. You think maybe it is you have to what you execute. What you give is what you receive. And when I say that, you think maybe if the artists were more business minded and business liked. When I say that, you executing contracts, you collecting deposits.
Not necessarily.
Do you think they don't respect the
Not
artists
necessarily, because I
to that
had a
extent?
whole experience with my Sweet Emily album where everybody know I just call your name and talk with you about it on the radio.
Oh,
And
wow.
my first manager, I won't call his name a day. I think I can let up a little bit. But
You
everybody
feeling
know
good
that that
today.
Sweet Emily album, I never received $1 from that album.
That's crazy.
I signed a contract and he lied and tell people I mean him never signed a contract where I was supposed
He's
to.
still alive
Of
today.
course he's alive.
And
He,
he's
he owns
listening.
the beauty shop. He's very alive.
Oh man.
And I think he said that he had spent $12,000 to do the album, right? Okay, so I had two choices: either wait until he finished making his $12,000 back, and I get 40%, or he would pay me something up front. I would have preferred if I agreed on the contract for the 40% because I didn't want to be. I felt like if you just pay me $5,000 or $10,000 or whatever you was gonna pay me, that's gonna run out.
See, but that's
So
the thing
I
right
wanted
there.
to benefit. I wanted to benefit from the album as long as it was playing because I
Right.
don't want to shortchange myself. I'm the talent. I'm the one who's doing all the work, and I'm the one who got to go and perform.
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying? Yes, you might have put up the money,
That's
and
why
so
I don't want no manager.
that's why I don't have no manager today, and I don't get up a manager because of the fact that
Well, that's sad
Bahamians.
that you feel that way because
And I just
all
tell
they
you, in the
need-
Bahamas, non-Bahamas, they'll rip you off.
You see, maybe because what they saw is your love for just singing, your love for the
No,
stage.
they naturally crooked. He was very crooked. Okay,
Trying to pretty
I'm
much
not saying that
show it.
everybody's crooked, but
Right.
everybody.
But do you
who did-
think
yeah,
today's
he's-
artists, do you think now that you think they're more business minded?
I think people
You
are
think
more
that's what's
open
gonna
because I
take
know that
them
there are
through?
artists. Yeah, I think there are artists that do have managers and stuff. I'm not saying that management is
Yeah,
totally bad.
they have some of them have. I said a little bit of money what these people is pay you. Where the
Yeah. How you
heck
gonna
I
pay?
can pay manager? Huh?
What you
The
compare the manager
20%.
if you ain't making a couple dollars?
You ain't gave me enough money to have a manager.
I feel
And
you.
some of these people around here have all kind of my manager doing. What your manager doing?
Man,
That's another thing because I think that it
Huh?
doesn't make sense to say you have a manager
Mhm.
and the Bahamian managers they're not professional managers. They just want managers so they could make some
So
money
they
from
could
you.
catch a ride over.
But at the
Ain't
end of the
nobody gonna ride
day,
my
a lot of
back,
them are
Jack.
not like the American artists, like the American managers who know that by law
or
you
even know the
cannot
business. Let's
listen
start
by
with that.
law in America. I think in America or wherever
Mhm.
a manager ain't supposed to be making more than 15%. My manager used to take 20%. And then what I found out was he would tell me he might have charged $1,000 or $1,500. And then I found he was charging more. Let's just say, I'm just using an example. And then he got to get 20% of that. So he was making that extra or
Plus,
whatever he tell
plus,
me.
Mhm.
plus,
He would come and
plus.
say, okay, I get the job. They're going to pay you $800 to go to Andrews. But then I found, I'm saying he probably didn't do it all the time, but I found out afterwards because persons came to me and was like, boy, I pay him like $2,000 for you. I was like, but this nigga never pay me $2,000. The most he ever made with him was maybe 800. It was the range back then because of the fact that Bahamian music wasn't where it is today.
Right.
And I was the first female recording Bahamian music within 20 years past, okay? And doing Jankunu music. And so when I came on the scene, if you was making, even if you was making $600, I'm sure I was plenty money.
Gotcha.
Because I came from a culture where I know but singing for $50 a night and $100 a night. And if you making $100 a night and you working six nights, that's that's plenty money for 80s and 90s. That's plenty money.
So I mean,
So
yeah. So
when I went from that. Let's just say if he said, okay, I book you for $800 to go to Andrews, and I would go to Andrews there, and let's just say the person would have hit me up again to do another show
And
after meeting I would have cut him off, and they would have been like, I would have been charging them like 15 on 2,000, $2,500, and they would be like, but I never, no, I pay this, So I get to find out that he wasn't honest. And at the end of the day, that was what I got from working with Ronnie. When Ronnie and I collaborated, the standard was basically around, I was basically the top artist, female. So if I'm making $800, $1,000 a show, um, that was a lot of money back then. But of course, you traveling for that kind of money in most cases. And, it might not seem like a lot of money compared to American artists and Jamaican artists. But in the Bahamas, it was plenty of money because I never made that kind of money before.
Gotcha.
And so when Ronnie and I did Look What You Do, it took the whole thing went up to another level. Because Ronnie said he wasn't working. He said, well, Emily, we got the biggest song in our Ronnie go. And I ain't working for less than $2,500. So it took the whole standard better. And so that was other people who was performing that then could have come and say, like Torres could have charged 1,500 and get that easily. 2,000, even 25, she could have get it. You see what I'm saying? So
where do you see the music industry? Where do you see it heading right now?
Right now, I'm not really pleased with everything that I see going on in the music business because I'm not, even though I see the culture is changing where soca came in, and that's how we end up with people like Wendy and Bodie and those. A lot of the music is influenced by soca music, not all of it, but Wendy, I think, is more strictly soca. Then you have the Patrice Morel who's doing soca. And so the culture has shifted. Now we're doing, I think, Rake and Scrape and John Canoe. John Canoe will always be there because that's tied to our national festival. But Rake and Scrape to me is beginning to take off. Okay. Rake and Scrape is taking off. And that's why a person like D-Mark and Ray and all these other persons are collaborating, coming together, a lot of producers. They realize that as Bahamians, we have to now come together. And instead, everybody, they're doing their own solo thing. We have to have some type of unity, whereas we have a controlled market, where, not when I say controlled, where the market is more, because what DMARC those are trying to do is they want to make sure that whoever they record with, you're getting your royalties, you're getting your credits.
Of course.
And so I think
business is
exactly so the business side of it, we realized needed some attention. And when you have big producers coming together and doing music, you get better music because you have a lot of people who produce and who might be good playing a keyboard, but they producing music, but they may not be good mixing and mastering.
Exactly.
So what it does is
Right.
now it's taking the music to another level. And I think with Rake and Scrape, they call me the queen of jungle, but we do everything. I do Rake and Scrape, I do jungle, calypso, whatever. You see what I'm saying? But Rake and Scrape to me has the potential if we stick with it, because everybody's taking the jungle music now, and even the R&B, like the song with me and Sammy, and they are tying it in, and they're putting that influence in there from Rake and Scrape. So I think as long as we continue on this road that we on, one day we'll wake up and realize that Rake and Scrape music or Bahamian music is right up there with soca music in the world. Because right now, to be real, soca music and the Afro beats, they really running things.
You got that right.
Yeah.
This one says, this question is for Veronica. It says, how do you feel as an artist when you are on stage and the music is cut and the audience is singing your song? How does that make you feel?
I
as an
feel so
artist?
good when they start singing it. I make sure they will hear everybody. You understand? I cut the music myself. I said,
Cut it.
let me hear my audience.
Uh,
I love it.
You love
Just make children up.
See, just talking about it,
Yes,
giving
talking
you
about
chills.
goosebumps.
Man, if you could think back, when was the last time you hit the stage? Can you? Cause,
The last time was in Exuma.
okay, how many months ago?
That must be this,
Before March?
Last year, regardless.
yeah, before.
Last year.
Before? It was last year?
Oh,
It was I think I
last
saw a video
year?
with you last year, you know. Oh, yeah, before.
And
I think it
you
was-
Emily, was when? When last you hit a stage?
No, I've been last year. I've been,
Last year
I
as
did
well.
some stuff, but they was, I did some of the gospel nights.
Right. So, but at the
Yeah.
end of the
But
day,
this year I would have done some stuff too. I would have
Okay,
done
so-
I
yeah.
think it was January, you know.
January of this year.
Mhm.
Okay, so both of
January,
you
February.
have been away
Just
from
before
the
the COVID.
stage
Just before the COVID.
exactly for a
Mhm.
long time. So you're looking forward to October the 14th.
Yeah, man. I mean,
Man,
like
I saw
Veronica
that
say,
shit.
you always singing. But me, I always have stuff to do now. Not because I'm on a stage, don't mean I'm not singing, but be that big stage, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't listen to music home.
Yeah.
No?
Mm-mm. The only time I listen to music is if I learn the song. That's it.
So no radio,
Mm-mm.
no
Nope.
TV. You watch little TV?
Oh
You
yeah.
like Darren Miller?
All day. Who?
You don't watch that, eh?
Man,
Watch
hold
Daryl
And you was
Miller?
watching it the day when I called you. That's why I
No,
thought.
that was on the radio. Must
That's
be.
what I mean. If you listen,
Lord,
you
y'all
listen to
killing me.
I
talk
don't
shows.
watch him on TV.
Okay.
This one says, do you think the Bahamian music and culture should be taught in the schools? You think
Definitely.
is it
Yeah, they
missing?
should.
Without a doubt. I was just talking
Yeah.
about this yesterday.
Really?
Because
Yeah.
these children ain't learning nothing but
Culturally.
Bahamian. Mm-mm.
No, you have to put it in the schools.
No,
I think
you-
education and culture is very
Mm.
closely tied together.
They have piano players and all that like a band in school, but
What they play?
what they playing and what the children listening to.
Hmm.
You understand? Because we can want somebody come up behind us.
You think the culture is dying?
No, I wouldn't.
Uh-uh.
I wouldn't say it's dying, but I think there's a lot of outside influence that is affecting the culture. I wouldn't say it's dying.
Well, if it's not growing, then what is it doing? Is it stagnant?
It is. It was stagnant for a while. That's
Okay.
why I mentioned what I mentioned earlier
Right.
about
And-
people coming together and doing stuff, and then of course we have to keep recording. So what I realized of this
You have
conversation,
to
I
have
always say,
money to
Emily,
record, lady.
well, I mean, I did like 6 songs, 7 songs this year, and I had $1.
Huh?
Well, that's
No, I just had people who wanted to do
grace
song with
us.
me, and then I'm
That's
just
good for
completing
you.
a song now that somebody asked me to do for them.
Mhm.
But
So
see,
people
I
will pay
don't
you
let,
sing if they like. what
I
you
don't
do,
let
you know?
people.
You wanted to read from her? You wrong for that. You wrong for
But
that.
I wouldn't say it's dying. I think.
You want
I
me
think
to
we just
read
have to keep
that?
it.
Yeah, he want you to read from her.
Excuse me?
Oh
You
Lord.
read it for. I don't
I
know.
can
Huh?
barely see you.
Veronica.
With that said, let me drop this one right here. Here's Veronica
I-
Bishop. Right here at Star 106 hit.
Oh yeah.
Cat Mash? Oh,
Yeah, these
Karen, I know her.
you know what?
Mm.
Tired. Every young
How are you doing, Dan?
That other song.
How you doing, Dan? I
He's talking
dancing.
now. He's talking now.
Oh, cause I
Yeah, I'm
dancing.
talking.
You're all having the full band experience, right?
Yeah.
Same
Mhm.
background singers,
Background
everything.
too. Mhm.
Yeah,
Stop that.
live
And we
band.
got two good background singers because she called me Sonovia.
Right.
Say what?
That's right, Sonovia.
Oh, you ain't know it.
Songbird. And that girl from Nishka from who's played with GQ band, with Fredo band. Two of them. Because they were saying that we wasn't getting no background singers. And
Y'all
Nishka
need
and
background singers.
Zenobia.
Sonovia and Nishka?
Yeah. You know them?
What you mean if I know
course
them?
you know
Yeah,
them.
they could sing.
It is over.
Oh.
Anyway, I
You lied, you
have to
lied.
talk to them for rehearsal because they just overpower me.
Oh, yeah, you said these two girls was over. That's the two names.
That's the two.
Okay,
They
I
just
understand these two girls was overpowered, but like, okay.
They just sing so loud.
That's all in the mix.
They just
No, but who
no.
mixing that? No, who mixing that? Gotta pull their mic
Gotta
down.
pull their mic
Yeah.
down. That's all.
That ain't there for. They just sing.
They project.
They have to
No,
bring
man,
that down.
no, they gotta sing.
No, but that's what I'm
But who-
saying.
but
If
who
they
running that
project
mic?
is who
Yeah.
mixing,
She's right.
gotta make sure. Yeah.
Man, let me tell you
They gotta
something.
pull
The
it. Them
last
mic
time
ain't supposed to be loud on
the
you.
last time I did the show in Exuma.
That ain't there for. That's a bad.
No.
Yeah.
What happened is they wasn't supposed to background me,
Okay.
but they came up there because they know me.
It's real.
They sing so loud I forget my words and all.
That's horrible. But that ain't really their fault.
I know it ain't their fault.
But they
Because
shouldn't allow that.
they didn't tell the band they was coming on stage.
Right. Oh, okay.
Girl, when I hear
Oh,
that,
Lord.
I like,
Tell
oh my
Eddie
goodness.
hello, cause she is a Harlem girl too.
Yeah, Jesus, what are they?
What? So Karen Marsh.
What she say?
Okay.
Tell Emily hello
Karen.
too.
Karen?
Yeah, cause she's
Okay.
a Harlem
Miss
girl
Marsh.
too.
Karen. Okay.
What's a Harlem girl, man?
Yeah, that's McQuay Street, Nassau Street. They call it Harlem.
Okay. Christine wants to know what advice would you give for the young people who aspire to be Rick and Scrape artists?
Veronica can answer that one.
Go ahead.
They listen.
I mean, no, but I want you to
That's
talk
the
to.
same reason why I don't like come on radios and things.
I want to give you an opportunity. I want them to say, well, I'm lead to hog up the show.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And I'm very much talking more talkative than you.
Yeah, they want to know what advice. Could they listen to? They could
That's
still
what I'm
listen.
saying. Yeah, I know.
Even though we're not air.
Yeah,
Even
yeah.
when
They
we
still
are
can
there,
advice.
Facebook.
Well, just start listening to a lot of Bahamian music, and pick the ones you like. Don't pick any old song because you got to enjoy these songs. You see the songs and what I sing on my shows, I enjoy them.
Yeah, we could see that.
Because when I start singing them, that's what I do.
You don't want to come off.
Girl, I don't like being on stage long.
She had no 45 minutes poison.
Who?
She does.
So how long?
But Emily always be on the table. I want to have.
So how long y'all slated for next week?
30 minutes.
No, man.
What
30 minutes?
No, we can be doing.
We can be on at least almost 2 hours, but we talking in between.
Right. Okay.
So it's almost like an interview. No, but they're not interviewing, but we'll be having a conversation between each song.
Yeah.
So boarding those almost like an hour and something, and they did about 6 songs.
I couldn't anyway.
So I would say at least an hour and a half, close to 2 hours.
Here we go. Star 106 hits. When you talk about hits, tell all that. Veronica Bishop, and of course, don't forget, folks, next week, October the 14th, right?
I think we're gonna have to change that.
They changing the date.
No, they don't change the date. They change the rehearsal date, but don't forget the country lockdown on the weekend. That's a Wednesday.
Right.
That's Wednesday coming.
Right. So when the country open up Tuesday.
Our rehearsal will be Tuesday night.
Right. So Wednesday we have this.
Wednesday we'll be on.
We look forward to
But because of the 7 p.m. curfew, I think they're writing the Prime Minister. They get permission for us to be out for 8:30.
You know who y'all listening? I'm just saying.
No, they get permission for that.
I'm just saying.
We're gonna be doing it on Wednesday.
It is Wednesday. Yeah.
It is Wednesday. Wednesday, that's confirmed, people.
Rehearsal will be
live.
The day before.
Live on IG, folks. BTC's got you. Of course, it's all about the culture.
And we'd like to thank BTC for this.
Well, of course. But before we go, I got to bust this one off because, it's song for song.
I'm in a state of ecstasy. I'm happy as can be. This must be the greatest thing in life to have you here with me. I've been waiting for a long, long time. I can't believe it's true. It's good to be here by your side and dance along with you.
That was the hardest song.
Some people never would understand
I am bursting with pride.
You tell them this is the whole background singer for you.
All I know is I'm glad you're mine.
Always got that
Getting high. I can't sit down and I'm turning down. Honey, all of you do to me. I'm in the mood and I'm feeling good. All of you do.
106 hits, Ronnie Butler and the Sweet Emily. Oh, look what you're doing. Look what they're going to be doing next week after we get a little freedom on Tuesday.
Oh, Lord. Out of jail.
I mean, listen to me. Freedom is a must. And then we celebrate on Wednesday with BTC for the culture. And I just love the hashtag for the culture because, again, we want to see it flourish. We want to see it grow. We want to see it live. And of course, it's people like yourselves that, give hope to the aspiring artists out there. So any final words? Because we're looking forward to next week.
Just be on Instagram.
Yes.
On
BTC
October
page.
14th, which is next Wednesday coming at 8:30 p.m. So you can watch live Veronica Bishop versus Sweet Emily.
Miss Hasty says, tell y'all the biggest bosses. And no police could do nothing with y'all.
They lock us up.
Yeah,
Oh,
when they lock us up, I hope you can pay our bill.
They lock us up.
Y'all straight. We're looking forward to that.
Oh, wait a minute. That's Wednesday, so we on lock.
Exactly. No, we 7 but they doing a 7 p.m. curfew every day. Is that correct?
Yeah, absolutely.
So we'll be going home after the curfew. But we good.
Because we essential.
He said, I just essential workers.
Congrats to the
But I'm looking forward to it. I'm really
looking forward.
So what you wearing now? You guys call me, tell me what you wearing. So I don't want to dress you.
Look here.
You wear white? Okay, I wear black.
Beige.
Okay, that's good. I'm wearing black.
So if she wear beige,
why you gotta wear black now?
No, that's what I always planned to wear. I just was wondering what she was gonna wear.
Well, why you want to know why couldn't it be a surprise?
Well,
you know what?
No, the reason why
back in the day,
I said black, but they don't know what I'm wearing.
Okay.
What I'm saying, back in the day, you carry your clothes to work.
Right.
You don't come in your clothes.
Right.
You can carry your stuff there, you know. We have a dressing room. You don't have to put it on.
I understand.
Right.
But
What makeup and everything.
You carry your clothes before.
Definitely.
Before. You can put your clothes inside a suit bag and carry it.
That's right.
That means nobody can see what you're
That's right. You understand.
But they don't do that now.
They come dress.
Man, when I came here to Nassau a couple of years ago, I like, what
going
on?
Things change.
Man. People going on stage in jeans.
Man, stop it. That was a no-no, right?
Oh, no, back then we never wear jeans.
No jeans.
Jeans wasn't dressy. We used to dress up plenty. But my daughter always said, boy, mommy, you like dress up now.
Yes.
I said, because
I love to dress up.
Like when I see Wendy with the little shorts on and the little thing, I was like, boy, we get caught up the stage in our day.
Yeah, things
and that's why I've been afraid to be like, so why you gotta wear a jacket? Why you wearing all these? I said, because that's
the way we used to.
That's how you
ain't trying to
no short pants on all that.
I mean, y'all.
No, what I mean, we just different. We come from a different.
Y'all come from a different cloth.
And we believe in dressing up.
Yes.
It can be shiny. It can be
shimmery.
Clothes.
All right.
And you're glittering.
Boy, listen to me, folks. Don't miss it. Next week, Wednesday. I think it's at
school, Jack.
8 p.m.
8:30
p.m. on IG.
Instagram.
BTC's page. You're going to see the legends. It's all about the culture. Ladies, thank you so much. And
folks,
of course, you know what it is. In just a moment, we are getting ready for the drive at 5. You know what it is. Yours truly and DJ AI right here on Star 106 Hits.
So you had to do it twice.
Woo! So hold on, you were part of the group. I did the thing with LM, big LM. Who's AI?
AI is my DJ.
I know you speak. That's
right.
Why AI is your DJ?
Who coming?
Okay,
the big
I
guy
did something for them. Some
Because
he always asks me.
What's their group name again?
Yeah.
Leos, right.
Who Ray?
Ray was working with Ira. I have a brother named Ray and my piano player named Ray.
Yeah, Ray told me. Ray always tell me, say, Emily, you know I do that song for Veronica. I said, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Ray's my boy, though. Ray's a very nice person.
Who's Ray?
Ray.
The one
He's still alive, okay?
Yeah, I know.
You have his number?
From 94. I can send you his number. Ray UN. I can send you Ray's number.
He used to work up Shirley Road.
Yeah. He's still. Yeah. I can send you his number.
I want his number.
And I want OB number.
I send you OB number already.
Oh, okay. I ain't got no thing on my foot.
No, but I send it whenever you get to the day they can come in. Just look at the page, the Emily page.
Yeah.
On your WhatsApp. Where I message you.
I ain't that backwards.
Stephen Taylor say, I'm leaving my girl, you on Empress Show live.
Yeah.
To the cameraman. You missed a trick.
Karen said, nice seeing you.
Thank
Can't
you,
wait
Karen.
for Regatta to start
Thank you,
again.
Karen. Well, I'll be right there this time. So
know.
me and Veronica
Man,
gonna be busting it up this time.
What?
But
That's
Yeah,
right.
man. I had a couple of
Tuesday.
regattas this year, and I supposed to go
know.
to Turks and Caicos in
I know.
July. Yeah. So we can be right there busting
Just
it up.
take a picture.
Stars and hits live.